Hi friends, host Eric here, host Talking with Famous People, and this morning I'm going to make a video entitled The Mysterious Quietude of Introversion. Now, being an extremely extroverted person, I took one test that showed me at 90% extroverted. I don't know what that test is worth, but I do know that I am quite extroverted, that I like to talk a lot. So, in this video about introversion, you're going to be hearing a lot more about introversion from me, the extrovert, than you are from, say, Susie, who's an introvert, or Kestrel, who's also an introvert. Because, of course, I'm busy extrovert. What I don't understand about introverts is why they don't like to have everything put out there. But they don't, in general. For example, when I was sort of dating an INTP woman back in the day, uh, we had a tight relationship, even though it was non-sexual, and it could have gone there, but it didn't, and it was because I was still married and I wasn't going to do that.
Wait,
And
who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Kimball. Um, what I can't understand is that she didn't she didn't like me uncovering what she wasn't choosing to reveal. In other words, she preferred to be behind a shroud of mystery of sorts. She didn't want all of her inner motivations delved into. So I'd be like, "Well, Kimball, but why do you? Well, what's behind this? Blah 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 blah." Well, she didn't really like that because um, she felt as though privacy were somehow important to her sense of safety. And I think that's probably a quality that's true of most introverts, that they keep their safety by not revealing most of what they think or feel inside of themselves for external scrutiny. That something cannot be scrutinized in a way that is negative or harmful if it's not scrutinized at all might be the central tenet of the FE introvert, at least. FI introverts, I'm assuming, play out differently because they're not so concerned at all about the FE interactions between people that FE users are, but nevertheless, they're very concerned about their own security of their feelings. So it may end up displaying similarly a similar reticence to reveal lest their uh, feelings be negatively impacted. So the thing about it is, for a lot of my life, I would make the mistake that I would assume everybody wanted to be the center of attention and try to be fair and share that and say, well, now you do something, and people would be like, I don't want to do that. And I go, well, what did I do wrong? I assume that you want the same things that I want, but that's part of why people don't speak to each other and often speak past each other in life, is because people assume that the ways in which they default in their interactions to the world are universal often, and behave with others as though they were. So, having said all this, I'd like to get any thoughts from Susie, first of all, as an introvert, if she thinks these observations are on point or not, and any other thoughts she has to add on the subject. Susie?
I think there is some truth to that.
And there you have it, the difference between introvert and extrovert. Susie's willing to commit this much, this huge
Yeah,
amount,
but
to the notion there might be some truth to that.
what's wrong with the need to know basis?
Um, Nothing's wrong with it. It's just foreign to me. It's foreign and curious to me. Like, introverts are interesting in that they don't is because they're mysterious. I mean, they keep stuff inside of themselves. I would say, as a link to that bong rip there, as a segue, that for individuals who don't smoke marijuana all the time, marijuana promotes an introverted worldview amongst extroverts and introverts alike. In other words, marijuana is something that makes you more cautious and less likely to reveal things and more likely to remain silent. Where somebody like me smokes all the time doesn't really work like that. It has a different job and a different impact on my nature. I would say it um, makes me less antsy. Okay, any other thoughts on the subject of introversion? Well, I'm not sure if this has been the most informative video in the world, nor the most groundbreakingly insightful. I do think it has covered the issue of introversion adequately and with sufficient concision to justify the uploading of said video. I want to thank Susie for her contributions. Kestrel, if you have anything to add, now's the time.
Yeah, well, it's a chicken or egg scenario, isn't it? With the introverts, I think maybe with an INFJ, there seems to be some truth to the idea that we don't actually think before we speak. Therefore, speak any thoughts that are extroverted, without a considerable amount of introverted meditation, are going to be partially formed and not whole, and therefore open to being misunderstood, and therefore having adverse reaction from other people who and then that causes perhaps more desire for greater periods of introverted time before you speak on a certain subject. With the INTP, I don't know, but I'm guessing that perhaps that is similar, but it's more to do with the fact that they think before or they talk before they feel. Maybe I'm just guessing from looking at the stack there,
Well,
and that could be the same.
What you're saying about the INFJ makes perfect sense, that you guys would want the holistic nature of the idea which you're expressing to be fully realized before you express it, because otherwise people aren't going to get what you're trying to express. They're only going to get a portion of it, and the whole purpose of the INFJ's understanding of truth is one of synergy, which is to say somehow that the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. As far as the INTP, whether they withhold or whether they are hesitant or reticent for different reasons, I mean, it would make sense to me that because they're TI first, it's simply a matter of they prefer to do all the work internally before they externalize their metaphysical action. And that means it's not so much like knowing the whole of it, but running through all the possibilities inside their head before they speak it out loud. Whereas ENTP likes to run through all the possibilities out loud. It's much easier for me to walk through an idea by talking it out loud than it is for me to think it out. When I try to think things out for too long without interacting with another person, I get a little stir crazy. Well, must be the opposite for the INTP.
Depends on the context.
Of course it does.
It's not like we need to. It's like we don't think through the whole argument before talking.
Okay,
there would
but
be no arguments then.
Well, obviously you must not think through every possibility. I mean, I think it's funny that you say it with such a tone of that would be too big of a proposition, which suggests that internally you're already aware of the scope of the question and the scope and the quantity of argumentation chains involved to make the comment that, well, we can't obviously think through the whole thing before we talk, which means you've at least thought through from a larger perspective the understanding of why things are complicated. So, I mean, when you come from that perspective in general, that I'm not going to be able to perfectly think through everything before I talk, so I'm going to have to talk some through imperfectly thought things, then it's naturally going to make you think about it or come at it from the opposite angle than if I, like me, saying, well, I'll know what I think when I say it, which is very much true a lot of times. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What I just said makes totally good sense. I find myself thinking that a lot.
You find yourself saying that a lot.
I, I do. I say it a lot. I think it a lot. Yeah. I didn't know that before I just said it, but it makes perfectly good sense. It's a weird way to be, I guess, when you think about it. It makes more sense to think first.
Most of the time.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We're making a video. Okay, so thanks for watching. Talking with French people. Don't forget to go to the store, okay? Because Kimberly, where are those little things? Here there. Kimberly's made these rear view mirror adornments that say things like "yeah" with this little string on it with these beads in. Yeah. Okay, there's TWFP ones as well. There's a couple of TWFP ones. There's one, and there's the other one right here. All right, these things are going to be for sale in the store today, and they're like, I don't know how much. It's gonna be like $5 or something. And anyway, it's a way to get. These are handmade by Kimberly. This is clay that's been stamped and baked and glazed, and well, they're pretty cool. So check those out, and if you want to support TWFP and you don't want to spend any money, just go look at the stuff in the store and see what's available. You might want to download a free PDF or something. It's getting increasingly awesome and worth visiting as we put more stuff up there. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to eat plenty of
Cheese.